Hey, what is going on, guys? It's AryA back again. In this video, we're gonna take a closer look at the new Dead of the Night gauntlet called Super Bloodwolf Moon. There's a lot to talk about, so let's jump into it. This gauntlet is, in my opinion, the best one so far, and it's not because the challenges were fun or innovative or interesting. It just comes down to the map itself. Dead of the Night is a complex map, and because of it, this gauntlet is quite complex and difficult as well. And that's probably why it's one of the better ones. Because of its complexity, you're forced to actually think about the decisions you make. You actually have to strategize and plan ahead, and if you don't, there's no way you'll be able to finish it. It pretty much all comes down to setting up for two challenges. The entire gauntlet revolves around those two challenges, and once you get past them, the rest of the gauntlet is a cakewalk. Those two challenges are the ones on round 13 and 18. On round 13, you're supposed to get 25 kills with the steak knife, and on round 18, you're supposed to have the Savage Impaler by the end of the round. Since setting up in Dead of the Night is so non-linear, you have a lot more freedom with how you choose to set up. For example, you don't have to open up Pack-a-Punch to get silver bullets, or you don't have to get silver bullets to get Alistair's Folly, but you do have to get all of those things, so you can think and actually come up with a strategy that you think will get you that steak knife by round 13. And that's another good thing about this gauntlet. The more knowledgeable you are, the more you know about the map, the easier this gauntlet will be, and that's how it should be. If I take the time to learn everything that there is to know about the map, I should be rewarded for it, and this gauntlet does this particular thing right. For example, the challenge for round 3 is that you have to sink all the billiard balls, and I knew that if I sunk each ball in a certain hole, I would get an SG-12 from the secret room, so I always had an SG-12 by the end of the first round, and that made it easier for me to get through the rest of the gauntlet. Since the entire gauntlet is just getting the steak knife and the Savage Impaler, the first third of the gauntlet is the most difficult, just because you're gonna be doing so much every round. And the second third is also difficult because you need to keep an eye on the vampires to make sure you're not killing them, since you're gonna need them for the Savage Impaler and the steak knife quest. This gauntlet is a bit of a clusterfuck. You're gonna need to keep your eyes open and pay attention to everything. Every round there's something to do besides the challenges themselves. Speaking of which, let's talk about some challenges that were not fun. By far the worst challenge in this entire gauntlet is the round 4 challenge, in which you have to make sure all 6 windows are boarded up by the end of the round. And I just don't get it. Didn't we build enough barricades in the 9 gauntlet? It's just not fun, and it's a waste of time. I was so annoyed at this step that I eventually said fuck it and used the licensed contractor elixir at the end of the round. The challenge on round 6 is also not fun. You can only use your weapon if you go prone, and going prone and Call of Duty zombies just don't go well together. It's just really finicky. If you go prone and a zombie comes up behind you and you try to get up and run away, sometimes the character just keeps going prone right after he gets back up. I don't know if that's intentional or it's just something they need to fix, but either way, it made doing round 6 a lot more frustrating. There are a couple more annoying ones like round 16 and round 24. On round 16, you have to use an unpacked tactical rifle, and on round 24, you have to use an unpacked sniper rifle. Those two rounds were not challenging, nor were they difficult. They were just unnecessarily long, because the vampires and zombies, they have quite a bit of health by round 24, and you just have to kill them one by one with the Koshka, and it's really pointless and not fun at all. Besides round 13 and round 18, there are other challenges that are decent. On round 7, you have to defend the dining room, which is pretty much just a standard defense mission, but now you're gonna have 3 bots helping you, which should make it easier, except friendly fire is now turned on. So you have to make sure to not kill them and that they don't kill you, because they're idiots and apparently they're blind too, since they will shoot you and they will down you. And not only that, they don't have a lot of health in this round, so they tend to go down a lot as well, and if they bleed out, you will fail this challenge. So you have to make sure to revive them and protect them as well. Another somewhat entertaining challenge was the one on round 14, and on this round, the zombies are invisible and they will only appear when you shoot. On round 19, you have to escort Nurse Katie to her destination, except now if you don't stay close to her, you will start taking damage. It can get kind of intense since you have to deal with vampires and zombies at the same time. On round 21, the more perks you have, the more blurry your vision is going to be. It wasn't much of a challenge because you can just camp and use your one weapon, but I would say it is mildly amusing. On round 28, you're supposed to have less than 1,000 points by the end of the round, and on round 29, you're supposed to have the Auger DMR and the ICR by the end of the round. So there's a nice little flow to these two challenges where you can spend all your points on fully pack-a-punching the Auger and the ICR, so that way you shoot two birds with one stone. As you can probably tell by now, most of the challenges in this gauntlet seem kind of boring, but this gauntlet is still the best one, and that goes to show you that the challenges themselves are not the only thing that determine whether a gauntlet is good or not. It took two decent challenges for this gauntlet to become a lot more interesting. Overall, Super Blood Wolf Moon is definitely a step in the right direction. It's complex, it's difficult, and it's all the more fun because of it. Sure, there were some stupid challenges, as there are in every single gauntlet, but I think overall it's an improvement. That is gonna do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments section down below what you think of the Dead of the Night Gauntlet. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.